Can we get that on air? Can we get that on air? Can we get that on? 5 minutes, Rod.
I wish that I could be like the cool kids, like the cool kids. I wish that I could be like the cool kids, 'cause our kids like the cool kids. I wish that I could be like the cool kids, 'cause all the cool kids, they seem to get it. I wish that I could be like the cool kids, like the cool kids.
BC Manitoba.
Team Manitoba. Roger Gallagher, Chuck Hendry with you at the National Aboriginal Hockey Championships. Roger, the morning is gone. Those girls. No, we're not on right now. No.
Yeah, let's reflect on the girls' game and
Yeah.
what this one.
And if we have some audio from I heard
Number
it too.
1 is Dylan Black. Number 5 is Colton Cameron. 6 is amateur Chuck. Number 7, Hunter Livingstone. Number 8, Carter McClellan. Number 9, David Porter. 10 is Leighton Sharon. Number 11, Ben Brandt. Number 12 is Todd Brandt. 13 is Braden Toy. 14.
11:34 on a Sunday, the 12th of May, which happens to be Mother's Day.
17 is Corey
If you have a mother.
19 is Brody Mold. Number 20 is Tyson Lamperé. 21 is David Edgar. 22, Mackenzie Adams. And number 30 is Eric Trotter.
That is Joe D. Messina.
Number 4 is Ethan Malcolm. Number 5, Carrion Cook. Number 6, Braden Hill. 7 is Matthew McLeod. Number 8 is Matthew Mason Vandell. Number 9, Bryden Sinclair. Number 11 is Colton Bear. And number 12 is Kobe Campbell.
So
13 is Nakodan. Gray Eyes. 14 is Evan Herman. 15 is Jason Ash. 16 is Jaeger Lapointe. 17 Colton Chuck. Number 19 Connor Roulette. 21
let's go. 2.5 minutes. No.
Coaching staff for Team Manitoba. Head coach is Kevin Monkman. Assistant coach is Hayden Yarminko. Daniel Chartan. Trainer is Hudson Yarminko. And manager is Steve Daniels Webb.
Yeah, I'm right here. 2 minutes. This one's for the goods. Let's rock and roll. 42. Minute, Raj.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Okay. Okay. Okay, 10 seconds.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hockey fans of all ages. Welcome back to Takini Arena for this bronze medal game of the 2019 National Aboriginal Hockey Championships featuring Team BC and Team Manitoba. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Here are today's starting lineups. First for Team Manitoba, starting in goal, number 30, Zach Gruet. On defense, number 2, Logan Clark. On defense, number 6, Brandon Hill. At left wing, number 25, Carl Ingels. At right wing, number 22, Nathan Driver. And at center ice, number 21, Sequoia Swan. And now the starting lineup for Team British Columbia. It's all their graduates. In goal, number 30, Aaron Trotter. 4 years with the team. On defense, number 12, Ty Brandt. On defense, number 7, Hunter Livingston. At left wing, number 6, Alex Ericha.
Well, welcome back to the
At right
Takini
wing,
Arena.
number 16,
Chuck Hendry and Roger Gallagher live as we bring you the bronze medal game, Roger, between Team Manitoba, the men's game, and Team British Columbia.
And by all indications, Chuck, it's going to be as exciting as the ladies' bronze medal game, which we just saw, which saw Ontario defeat British Columbia by a score of 2-0. Both of these teams had a up and down sort of tournament in order to get to this point. We'll let you know some of the scores a little bit later on. Quickly on the lineups, you may have caught a bit in the background there, but Team Manitoba, number 1 is Braden Melstead, number 2 is Logan Clark, 4 is Ethan Malcolm, 5 is Carrion Cook, number 6 is Brayden Hill, 7 is Matthew McLeod, number 8, Matthew Mason Vandell, number 9, Bryden Sinclair, number 11, Kobe Bear, number 12 is Kobe Campbell, 13 is Nokadan Grey Eyes, 14 is Evan Herman, 15, Jaden Posh, 16 is Jaeger Lapointe, 17 is Cole Menchuk, number 19, Connor Roulette, 21 is Sequana Swan, 23, Nathan Driver, 25, Carl Inglis, and number 30, their goalie is Zach Gruet, who, as you may have heard, been with the team for 4 years, so his last year in the tournament. As the players that play this are between 15 and 18 years of age, Chuck, depending on when they sign up. So a good contest. It's a bronze medal game between the men's division here in the big tournament that is upon our city. Just underway with only 30 seconds gone in the competition. BC's lineup, number 1 is Dylan Black, number 5 is Colton Cameron, 6 is Alex Shuruck, number 7 Hunter Livingstone, number 8 is Carter McLennan, number 9 David Porter, number 10 Leighton Sharon, number 11 Ben Brandt, 12 is Ty Brandt, number 13 is Braden Toye, number 14 Brandon Blaze, number 16, Tyson Childsey. Number 16, Colton Cousins. 17 is Corey Cunningham. Number 19, Brody Mold. Number 20, Tyson Lapare. 21 is David Edgar. 22, Mackenzie Adams. And number 30 is Aaron Trotter. And we'll get to their respective coaches and managers and give them a mention on the radio as well. And both coaching staff. I know I saw chatting with their players prior to the game, last-minute strategies in the dressing room. Chuck, neither of these teams have seen each other in the tournament, so they'll get a feel for them here in the first couple of minutes, or at least the first period of this bronze medal game. 18:54 is what is left. As we mentioned, BC and Manitoba underway. Nice hard check at center ice. No call there from the officials. Looked as though that Manitoba was getting through there. Manitoba in the dark black uniforms. White is British Columbia in this case. And the puck is bouncing around at the blue line of Manitoba. They now bring it back. They will dump it in, try to get it across ice to their one defenseman who was tied up just at the moment there by the good play by BC's defense number 7, Hunter Livingstone. Back around the net, and hard hit late after the boards, but just prior to that, Chuck, there is going to be our first penalty of the game. Looks as though it's going to be a tripping call, and I think against Manitoba.
Yes, it does. And in case you missed the first game, a great game between Team Ontario and Team BC, Roger. Very tightly defensive game until the third period, as we mentioned, and a Manitoba penalty.
Lots of penalties in that first game in the second period, Chuck. So already off the top, the first penalty of this matchup handed out to Manitoba's number 7 in the penalty box. That's Matthew McLeod. The officials in this contest, the two referees, Connor Simons and Connor McCracken, the two linesmen, Matthew Hickles and Evan McKinnon, are in the stripes out there for this contest today. Quick shot there from the point from BC, but a nice save by the Manitoba goalie.
Absolutely. Just watching the Team Ontario girls pack up, and Team BC as well after the first game. Folks heading out already back to the east, and very complimentary comments about their stay here in the territorial capital, Roger.
Yeah, everybody's loved the city, the hospitality, the host organization, and the impressive show that they put on. And of course the games as well. 46 games made up the tournament for all of these teams, Chuck. And it comes down to the final games here at the Dakini Arena today. And we're fortunate to see Manitoba and BC in the hunt for bronze. We'll let you know who's playing for gold. Those two games you'll be able to hear on Shone FM as well, and both the ladies and the men's. They will follow consecutively throughout this afternoon and this evening here at the Dakini Arena, followed by the closing ceremonies, which of course will have another packed house here at the Dakini Arena on a Mother's Day throughout the territory. So happy Mother's Day to all of those listening in, and hope the family's doing a little extra special for the ones that we love and do so much for us.
That's right. We wouldn't be here without our mothers, that's for sure.
Right now, British Columbia controls the puck. Tried to get past the Manitoba defense, but wasn't quite able to do so on that play. Scrum along the board, still kept in by BC. Manitoba, of course, short-handed, so giving BC that extra man advantage. That puck is up high and right outside over top of the mesh, Chuck, so stoppage and play there.
Wow. Yep.
Souvenir for one of the young fans going for it down there.
That's
so
right.
It's nice to see.
Yeah. But yes, the girls packing up, getting all, and they had great comments about Whitehorse and the hospitality here. So, and we obviously enjoyed having them in our hometown as well.
Yeah, most of the teams here for another day or two. They'll start leaving the city as of tomorrow. So, as we mentioned in the top of the broadcast, the economic boost and the timing of it for our territory is phenomenal. So I know many businesses throughout the capital city of Whitehorse, and even some of the outlying communities where the broom ball exhibition was being played has got in on it as well. So nice to have these teams up north. It's the first time in 17 years of this organization that they played north of the 60th parallel, and we're so proud to have them in our territory.
We are, absolutely, yeah.
16:28 as we get back to play here at the Dakini Arena. It is first period action in the men's bronze medal game. It's between British Columbia and Manitoba, and Manitoba is now just got their man back on ice, Chuck, so each team is even aside as British Columbia comes in. Quick shot on the goalie, and a whistle stops the play.
16 minutes left in the first period of this contest, scoreless so far. Much like the first game that we just watched, Roger, between the girls' game.
Yeah, it went a long time scoreless, didn't it, Chuck?
Yeah.
Midway through until the third period before Ontario got a couple of quick goals. So it certainly did go a long way. We expect this one to be a pretty defensive matchup as well, and we'll just have to see how it plays out over the next little bit. BC goalie is one of the larger goalies that I've seen around, Chuck. Aaron Trotter takes up a good portion of that, very tall individual, so that may be a benefit to him throughout this contest as well.
And I've noticed in this game, Raj, there's more posters going up around the rink here at Takini. And by the way, if you're not busy, you should come up here and watch some great hockey, because there's lots of room and it's cheap to get in, and the merchandise is also been reduced. So all kinds of reasons to come up to the Takini Arena on this Mother's Day Sunday, Roger.
Not to mention the 50-50 tickets, which I saw coming out at the front mezzanine area. And yeah, I was speaking with the young lady manning the door here, and still lots of people coming through. $10 for the remaining games, and the gold medal games are the big ones that everybody, of course, will be at. But starting to file in for this bronze medal game, which is a good one here, Chuck. Beautiful shot right there from British Columbia. Goaltender doing a nice kick save on that. And quick play. We've only had a couple of whistles up to this point in the contest. Already 5 minutes gone here now in the first. One of those, of course, was a penalty to Manitoba that they were able to overcome. And that puck went in and out for an offside call. So the face-off now will be brought out just past the blue line.
You are tuned to live coverage of the bronze men's medal game here at the National Aboriginal Hockey Championships. Chuck Hendry, Roger Gallagher with you on Shone FM.
And a gold medal games coming up yet this afternoon here at the arena. In the ladies division, it will be Saskatchewan taking on Manitoba. Many of our listeners will know Saskatchewan. That was the first broadcast that we did at Shone right after the opening ceremonies. They had an 8-0 victory in that game, so obviously lots of offense on that team. And then the gold men's game will see Alberta taking on Saskatchewan. And a couple of those teams have always been in the final for the last number of years, so they've got to know each other, much like this game here. We talked about the goalie Trotter, a number of years on the team, and it will be his last, but these players have played with each other for quite some time, so you'll see it in the caliber of play today.
14 minutes to go here in this first scoreless period between Team Manitoba and Team BC in the bronze medal game.
British Columbia's 19, Brody Mold in, had a nice shot there, tried to get it over to his partner David Edgar, but he was just a little too far in. Still BC keeping it in their own zone. Manitoba finally does get it out, and they're going to have a quick 2-on-1, although one of the defensemen back from BC fairly quick. A little bit of scrimmage right in front of the net. A couple of the players looking at each other as their sticks got high. Ref was right in the right spot, didn't make any call, but seems to be a little bit of
scruffy stuff.
Yeah, but certainly between number 19 and 21 at the bench right now. The linesman over trying to separate them. The referee was up a bit further, didn't see what was going on behind the play, but you can bet his linesman will let him know to perhaps keep an eye on these two guys. A high stick, stoppage and play, and quick period so far here in the first.
Absolutely. So, yes, the girls packing up their gear into a trailer, and Roger, most of the gear has been kept at the Canada Game Centre.
It has, Chuck. I was there last week, and we mentioned the big trade show that was in town. It was just a short time later, Sunday night. Things were cleared out. The rink went down to the cement floor, all cordoned off to all of the provinces throughout the country.
And the territories.
And the territories, absolutely. So you could tell that we are definitely at a national event when you saw that out on the floor, Chuck. And I'd like to thank the many folks behind the scenes, the bus drivers, the folks that deal with the logistics aspect of it. I couldn't help thinking that we know that Air North is a major sponsor of this tournament, and I couldn't help thinking of the baggage handlers when I saw all the bags down on the floor at the mezzanine, Chuck, that I know that the guys and girls from Mirror North got a pretty good workout as well, handling those bags, and they'll have to start doing it all again tomorrow. But thanks to everybody that's made it possible. And,
for this week to go. So another stoppage in play, Raj.
Face-off will now be off to the right of the Manitoba goalie. A couple of good scoring chances there from BC on that last rush. And we'll see how BC is able to come out from this point on, Chuck. Manitoba has got a couple of good scorers in their lineup. I saw one little list there that a couple of the scorers had had a few goals up to that point, a hat trick for one of the players in a game. So certainly have the ability to bounce out on an offensive standpoint, and we'll see if that happens here in this afternoon matchup in the bronze medal game. Scrimmage now alongside the boards. Puck not moving that far, although picked up behind the net by Ethan Malcolm, the defenseman for Manitoba. Right out in front, BC, quick shot, nice save by the Manitoba goalie there, back to the point. Right now, number 22, cross ice within the crease. Referee's arms up, going to be a penalty, and I think it's going to be against Manitoba. It was as soon as they touched the puck, Chuck, and sure enough, I didn't actually see the call. May have been a high stick is what's being indicated from one of the officials now. Either way, Manitoba's number 17, Cole Mentuck, is in the penalty box, and a couple times already Manitoba in the box. Hasn't cost them yet, but as we know, as the game goes along, sooner or later that man advantage will pay off. So we'll see if it does it here.
Mintuck, a big name in Manitoba. Aboriginal community.
So BC, who's been putting the pressure, will have the man advantage. Nice attempted shot there from number 6, Alex Chuck, but he elected to pass it over to his teammate, who unfortunately just wasn't in place. Manitoba, a nice wrist shot down the ice, so it goes all the way back down to Manitoba's goalie, Zach Rouette. Team will take a second to get their players in place. Now they break out. Here comes BC up to center ice. They've got the man advantage. Number 21, that's David Edgar coming in. He dropped it back to number 9, David Porter. And now check along the boards. That puck will be cleared out. And again, back all the way into BC's zone. Back in behind the net. Both teams making a complete change there, Chuck. So that will keep the puck in BC's end for a little bit longer than they probably wanted. A minute left now on that penalty. Cross ice to BC's number 6, Alex Chuck. You've heard his name a few times here tonight. He's had the Jets on. Manitoba attempting to clear it. They do now, Chuck. They're going to get a partial breakaway here as they come in. Shot on the goalie, and they scored, Chuck.
Wow, short-handed goal.
Short-handed goal. It was indeed for Manitoba. And a little bit of roughhousing from BC after that. We see the official over. I don't know that there's any penalties off that. I think he's just letting the officials know who scored that goal. We'll hear it momentarily, but either way, costly penalty to Manitoba as BC is now out in front by a score of 1-0.
Good start to this game.
And here comes BC again, still with that man advantage.
Goal, scored by number 7, Matthew McLeod.
So Matthew McLeod with the short-handed goal there, Chuck. So that's a big lift up. BC is going to try to get this one back. The goalie well out. A lot of rough play after each whistle, Chuck, there.
It is getting chippy, eh, Rod?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be any love loss between these teams. I suspect we'll see that as the game goes along, especially if it becomes any type of blowout for either team, but the officials equal to the task. They're right on it, so no penalties off that last one, but
just a little elbowing and talking to each other.
Yeah, that's right. And if it gets too out of control, the officials will go chat with the benches, with the players on it and the coaches, and let them know that, you know, if sooner or later they will start calling that type of stuff. But up to this point, they're letting the players play, and that's what the fans and players like to come and see. So down to the last couple of seconds in the penalty to Manitoba as they have another break there, Chuck. Unfortunately, the Manitoba player in only by himself, so wasn't able to do much with it. Puck is still being bounced around the boards, and now British Columbia coming out. We are at even strength. BC dumps it in. That's Mackenzie Adams. Gets it around the point. Another big hit behind the play there as well. Nice effort from number 19 of Manitoba. That's Connor Roulette to still keep the puck moving along that board. Now it's picked up by BC. Under the 10-minute mark here left in the first period. 1 goal so far, shorthanded. Has got Manitoba on the board. Puck is just sort of floating around center ice till it's dumped in behind Manitoba's net. Goaltender decided not to play it, let it go all the way around, so that will give his team a bit of speed with the puck. Bryden Sinclair in there, and that puck goes up and over the boards, and stoppage and play, and another little bit of pushing and shoving.
A little bit of lacrosse there.
There was on that one, yes. Hence the stoppage and play, so the face-off will be to the right of the BC goalie.
8.5 minutes left in this first period in the bronze medal game.
BC controls the puck. Some nice moves from their defenseman, although lost it at the last second there, so he was forced to send it back to his teammate Ty Brandt. They're battling in the corner, and some good size on these players. Chuck, you can hear it when they go in the boards that these are well-conditioned athletes between the ages of 15 and 18, the best Aboriginal players the country has to offer, and they're in our capital city for the remainder of today to bring you some great hockey action. Bronze medal game earlier saw Ontario, as we mentioned, defeat BC by a score of 2-0 on the ladies' side, and Team Saskatchewan coming up tonight. They looked really good in the first game that we saw, some great speed. I suspect that some of the players' names that we're mentioning in that game so often we'll hear in the gold medal game as well. So that'll be a great contest. Manitoba
Absolutely.
now all the way back in their own zone, tried to get that quick pass up to number 5, Carey and Cook. That was Brandon Hill back there, and made it up, but some good stick work there by Team BC, and puck is still being bounced around in their zone, but finally brought out to the point by Manitoba, and that puck taken by BC, but one of the players, number 10, just in slightly offside, Leighton Sharon, and that will bring another stoppage in play.
And again, Raj, just talking to the ladies once they were packing their equipment outside after their game, all in good humors, really good, you know, like,
yeah,
it's early on a Sunday morning here in Whitehorse, and they're from different time zones, as we alluded to, and they're really in good humor and just all right, we lost, we won, there we go.
No, that's right, Chuck, and unfortunately one team, you know how it goes, has to win and one has to lose, and I know the ladies will be back to watch the gold medal games and then be part of the closing ceremony, so they'll go back to the hotels and freshen up for a bit, have a bite to eat, and then
There you go.
return back to the rink. An injury there now to one of the Manitoba players. That's the number 6, Braden Hill, who took a high stick. He's over on the bench, and keep an eye on him to see if, well, he still remains on the bench. Didn't go to the dressing room, being looked at by one of the trainers there. So we expect him back in the contest. Big hard hit just in front of us, 2 of them along the board where the timekeepers and in-house announcer is. Puck right out in front. Quick little shot and turn from the Manitoba's number 7, Matthew McLeod. That went just slightly wide, and so far Manitoba, despite being in the penalty box a couple times, seems to have the upper hand on this game. But here comes BC now. Quick shot there. Nice save by the goalie. One of the BC players goes crashing into the net there. Chuck slow to get up and then be pushed out of the crease by the goalie and right in front of the referee. So didn't take kind to him being in his crease. So right now just at the blue line, BC coming in. That's number 22 who's got a bit of speed. Adams, he's trying to find Ty Brandt. Went through Hunter Livingstone, number 7's stick there, and now here comes Manitoba. They get it back to, tried to get it out front to Nathan Driver, but that bounced up over his stick and went to the far side of the boards. BC struggling a little bit now in their own end. Tried to get it out to Carl Inglis, who was all alone at center ice, but just not able to get the shot away at that point. Another hard hit along the boards, 2 hard hits along the board, and the puck still being kept in by Manitoba. Quick wrist shot, well wide of the BC netminder. Another shot at the goalie, who's forced to make it with his blocker save. And a quick pace to this game, Chuck. Just under 5 minutes now left in the contest.
That was a very fast first period.
It has been so far at this point. It's going to get slowed up a little bit. Another penalty coming from the officials there. Not quite sure what the call may have been there, but Connor Simons, the referee, saw something behind the net, and looks as though perhaps another Manitoba player is headed over the penalty box, Chuck. So coaching staff, I'm sure, going to be chatting with their players once they hit the dressing room at the end of this play. Hasn't cost them so far, but to take 3 penalties in the first period is not what the players or coaches wanted.
Absolutely not.
You do that, you go to the box, 2 minutes by yourself, and you feel shame.
So, don't know if
Penalty.
our listeners
Between
caught that
Manitoba's number 21,
in-house
Sequoia
little
Smile.
announcement,
2 minutes for hooking.
little blurb they had.
Well,
so
that was interesting.
brought some smiles to the faces of folks around here at the
Broadcast booth.
yeah, 2 minutes for hooking is the official call on that there, Chuck.
Manitoba
So
penalty,
we'll
Swan
see
for
if
hooking.
British
Time
Columbia is able to maybe
14:59.
get on the board here with having that man advantage. They are up to center ice with the puck, dump it in. Goes in behind the Manitoba goalie, one of his defensemen there to try to clear it around the boards. BC still keeps it in. Quick shot from the point, quite high though, and hit the netting, and that will bring a stoppage in play. 4:29 left now here in the first period.
And a 1-0 lead for the...
Yeah, absolutely, for Manitoba, and that was a shorthanded goal, Chuck. So they're going to have to, be happy with their offense there.
against Team British Columbia in this bronze final of the National Aboriginal Hockey Championships. Chuck Hendry, Roger Gallagher, and this period brought to you by Softball Yukon.
Number 4 of Manitoba, Ethan Malcolm, shoots it all the way down the ice. Now controlled though by BC. They will attempt to bring it out. Minute left on that penalty, so they'll try to get a scoring chance, but they're certainly thinking defensively at this point as well, Chuck. They don't want to go behind by a score of 2-0 here early in the first, so they're looking for that breakaway point, or one of the players putting on some good speed as number 22, Mackenzie Adams, turned on the Jets there, but didn't get quite as far as he had wanted along the way. The puck now back in behind BC's net. Nice second effort, and really third effort from Manitoba's Evan Herman. Shot on the goalie, and he's forced to make the save. Net comes off its moorings, being replaced by the officials there. 3:34 left now. First period action in this men's bronze medal game between Manitoba and British Columbia.
Come on down to the, or up, wherever you are, to the Takini Arena. Some great hockey action still to come.
British Columbia now controlling the puck in the zone of Manitoba. That's number 16 trying to get to the puck, Colton Cousins. Trying to get it back to a couple of his defensemen. He had Alex Huruk standing at the point, but just not able to get it to him. Did get it through to number 7, Hunter Livingstone, but that went off the chest of one of the Manitoba players. Now they bring it back, trying to get it out. They had number 8 from Manitoba. That's Matthew Mason Vandell, was all alone in front, just not able to get the puck to him. Penalty is now over for Manitoba, and because of that, the puck goes all the way down to the ice, and another icing call. 2:56 left in the first.
Very fast, as you said, Roger, a very fast period. Players skating.
And we expect that in all of the contests coming up, Chuck. I think the gold medal games, you'll see an even quicker pace, if you can imagine that. And you can tell by how quick the period's going. It's, again, for those just tuning in, it's stop time. The periods are 20 minutes stop time, so lots of times 20 minutes turns into an hour in the broadcast booth and in the game, but this one so far has gone very quick. Although, as we say that, another penalty, or another whistle there to stop, and offside for Team Manitoba.
When's the last time you had a Big Bear Donair, Raj?
It's been a while, but
Really? Oh, they're yummy.
yes, I'm going to make a point to go down on Monday or Tuesday or so and show some patronage to that fine business that's helped out our broadcast. So thanks to all the staff and crew at Big Bear Donair and all of the other organizations that's made it possible for our listeners to be a part of this tournament, Chuck.
So again, the bronze medal game has been brought to us by Whiskey Jacks and Big Bear Donair. And what would your favorite Donair be, Raj?
Well, I'm not even sure of the options they have. I know they're like many things now. There's tons of different options, but we'll let you know on a future broadcast once we
Mine's
go
chicken.
Chow down.
So
on,
if you want to buy me one,
okay.
buy a chicken one.
It will be then.
Okay.
No problem. 2:22. Deuces are wild here in the first. 1-0. BC coming in just over the point. Great play by Carter McClellan, who is in there. Hard hit he took after that. Almost looked as though there's an injury to the player from Manitoba, but he is up and moving. Now passes it out to center ice. That's number 19, Connor Roulette for Manitoba, controlling the puck. He brings it in all the way along the boards, trying to get it out to his defenseman, Colby Bear, but just wasn't able to quite do so. Now a quick shot from the point through a maze of players, and somehow the goaltender had seen that. He's got one of the Manitoba players right in front of him, laying the stick to him. A little bit of pushing and shoving going on. Puck goes around, and looks as though that the stoppage in play, and referee, I thought there might have been a penalty there, Chuck, but doesn't appear so. So
referees, like you say, you're letting them play.
Again, the referees, Connor Simons, Connor McCracken, and the linesman Matthew Hinkles and Ethan McKinnon are officiating this game. Most of the officials are from outside of the territory, being part of the festivities here as well. And they are busy so far here in the first period. So if that's in the indication, the second and third is going to be a real good barn burner here between these two teams. One shorthanded goal up to this point from Manitoba, and that's the only one on the board as they control it in their own zone at the moment. Evan Herman trying to get it up to Matthew McLeod. He's looking for Carrion Cook on the far side, but he overskates the puck there. And that has BC controlling it. Now they'll start out. They're at their own blue line. Now they're at center ice. We've heard lots from number 22, Mackenzie Adams. A lot of good speed on him there. And that drops it to just under a minute left here in this first period of this bronze medal game. Coming up again later today, we will have the gold medal game in the ladies division, which will see Saskatchewan and Manitoba, and then that will be followed by the gold medal game for the men, Alberta against Saskatchewan. So you hear lots of Alberta, BC, Saskatchewan. They've been in the finals of this tournament for the last number of years in the first, second, third, fourth place division. So we expected them to be here and provide us with some great hockey, and that is truly the case at the moment as BC controls the puck in Manitoba's zone, trying to get it out to one of their defensemen, but they're tied up. A long pass now to Manitoba. It's going to be a 2-on-1. Chuck, quick shot in, but well high of the net, so not much threat there as BC just trying to get out of this first period down with that 1-0 goal giveaway right in front. Quick shot from Manitoba, but that didn't make it far. Matthew McLeod, that went off the skate of BC's number 12, Ty Brandt, and that puck dumped out to center ice. Battling at it between center ice, both the teams, and that will be enough to wind down the first period here, Chuck. 1-0. It is Manitoba leading BC on a shorthanded goal.
Well skated first period, Roger.
Very quick, very fast, and we certainly expect the next two periods to be exactly the same.
All right, right now let's go to our reporter, Connor Trombley. Hey, Connor, how's it going?
It's good. I'm just with Ron. They're the food suppliers, one of the food suppliers for this year's tournament. Ron, thanks for joining with us.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Can you just tell us a little bit about your business and history with the tournament?
The history of this tournament, well, this is the first time this tournament's been north of 60, so we're not really familiar with what to expect. But as far as our business goes, we've been operating here at the arena 3 out of the last 4 years.
And I guess you guys are getting ramped up for the summer. This is kind of the start of your season, heading into May onwards.
Absolutely. We run a food truck in the summertime, so this arena here is our winter gig. And as you said, it's some of the food trucks are out there. We're not quite there yet ourselves, but look for us out at the festivals for sure.
And while you've done other hockey tournaments, right? Could you just give us a little history of kind of the other tournaments you've been at Takini and throughout?
Well, about a month and a half ago, they had the native hockey tournament here, and it was overwhelming. Like, I mean, the numbers of people in here are just staggering, and it's just challenges getting the food out for them, but very receptive and very happy people.
And what's your most popular food item? What do the people like the most?
I'd have to say our poutines are top notch there for them.
And I understand you're not in Whitehorse. Could you just say where your business is located and a little bit about what you guys do?
Our business address is we're located in Marsh Lake, Yukon. And as I said, we have a food truck which is very mobile, so we travel around all over the place. The arena here is a seasonal permanent gig, but for the most part, we go to Atlan, Dawson, all those music festivals, First Nations hand games. We really like to support the First Nations.
Right on. Well, thanks a lot, and enjoy the rest of the tournament.
Thanks so much.
Great. Yeah, that was Ron with the Gravy Train. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Connor. Again, the score after one period of play between Team Manitoba and Team British Columbia in the bronze medal game is 1-0 for Team Manitoba. All right, we have some audio now from 3 girls cheering for the BC boys.
I'm Janelle Sadler. I'm 14, and I play for the Team EC Girls, and I'm here to cheer on the boys today. I'm Giselle Destruck. I'm 15, and I'm here to cheer on the boys. I'm Kaya. I'm 14, and I'm also here to cheer on the BC boys. Woo!
Back to you, Chuck.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you get a hint of some of the enthusiasm that's here at the Takini Arena on this Mother's Day Sunday, about heading to 12:15. We are broadcasting all day here at the National Aboriginal Hockey Championship. So come on up to the Takini Arena if you want to have some fun. Right now, let's go back to Sean FM Studios. What's that?
Want any more of these?
Oh, absolutely. Get as many as you can. Yeah, that was great.
Do you need any more of the stuff that I've already got that you haven't played yet?
Oh, which ones have you played?
Okay. So this is Team BC, the lady, Gloria Laliberty.
Does Bert know?
I don't know. Desiree, Girls Ontario team, that one. So the captain. And the coach for the girls. That's okay, I'll get more stuff.
Okay, yeah. Hey, Wayne. We got exactly 10 minutes before we're back here. All right.
Holy shit. What? Recording level 101. What are we doing? Were those the right notes for you?
Yeah, that was fine.
Yeah, everything else is.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, no, yeah. blow yours out?
Why wait to say? At least I did it my way. Lie way too faced, but in my heart I understand. I made my move, and it was all about you. Now I feel so far removed. You are the one thing in my way. 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 You are the one thing in my
Alrighty, I'm with
Chloe Skeed,
Kaylin Hanslick,
Jada Etherington, Adrian Jones.
and what contributed to your success today?
I think it was we've been playing well all tournament, and a bunch of girls.
footprints of a town called Bel Air. In West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where
One minute, Wayne. Hmm. 40 seconds. Here we go. Welcome to live coverage of the National Aboriginal Hockey Championships. This is the bronze game between Team Manitoba and Team British Columbia. Chuck Hendry and Roger Gallagher with you. And Roger, feisty contest so far.
It was almost after every whistle or stoppage in play, a little bit of pushing and shoving from the players. Didn't result in any penalties, at least from that aspect, Chuck. There was a couple of penalties handed out, and Team Manitoba scored short-handed on one of those penalties. So we'll see how the second period plays out. We anticipate it to be very much like the first contest, very quick, lots of intensity between the players, and that will carry off into the third as well.
Again, today's men's bronze medal game brought to you by Whiskey Jack's Pub and Grill, a great place to meet and celebrate with friends, especially on Mum's Day, any day of the week. And Big Bear Donair, the biggest, baddest bite in the north. Raj.
Oh, you don't want to say that fast too many times, Chuck. Well done on that one. Yeah, second period action just underway here at the Dakini Arena in this bronze medal game, as we mentioned, BC and Manitoba. Right now it is British Columbia controlling the puck in Manitoba's zone. A couple of nice dipsy doodles there from number 13 of BC. That's Brandon Toye, who attempted to get the puck out to Carter McClellan, but that just went over his stick. Now Manitoba sends it all the way down the ice. Nice effort there by number 12, Colb Campbell of Manitoba, although that was quickly taken away. And back up to center ice. Stick goes flying there, almost a trip there, but the player is able to manage to still stay on his skates. Right now along the boards, another hard hit there as it goes cross ice to BC's number 6, that's Alex Cherchuk. Tries to get it out, but not much help there, so Manitoba is bringing it out solely as they're looking to do a line change there. That's number 6 for Manitoba, Braden Hill, who controls it. Dump back in behind the point from Bryden Sinclair. And BC just trying to get control of the puck. They do send it out to center ice, but just as quick as that happens, Manitoba is back on it, and BC is back a little bit here at the moment. Intercepted there from Manitoba. That's going to bring in a 3-on-3 as it's overskated, though, by their defenseman, number 9, Bryden Sinclair. A couple of, again, a little bit of pushing and shoving along the boards there between the two players. That opens it up for BC. One player in all alone. That was number 10, Leighton Sharon, but he was bounced off the puck. Another hit right in front of us there, Chuck, and a little testy as the linesman gets in between the two players. And another incident saw the referee calling a penalty, and this time it is against British Columbia, Chuck. So first time that they've been in the penalty box. We'll see what Manitoba is able to do with the man advantage. They got one short-handed, so they might be able to get another one
see
here.
what their power play's like. Again, Whiskey Jack's Pub and Grill and Big Bear Donair are proud sponsors of the National Aboriginal Hockey Championships men's brawn medal game, which you are listening to right now, with myself, Chuck Hendry, and Roger Gallagher. And we would like to wish all the teams a great tournament and a happy Mother's Day.
Play is back underway, Chuck, with BC controlling the puck. Dumps it in back behind the Manitoba net.
Time 1:59.
And that goes across ice. It's at center ice, dumped in with a good slap shot from Manitoba. The BC goalie is out of the net. Was about to shoot it around, but then decided to backhand it, and it went just a little bit too far and up over the board, so a stoppage in play there.
Speaking with some people from Manitoba, Roger, just outside during the intermission, and most of the team from the PAW, which is 600 miles from Winnipeg. So they drove to Winnipeg, which is a 6-hour drive, depending on obviously how fast you're going. And they took flights to Vancouver and up here. So it's not only us that are remote.
No, that's right. All over the provinces, they came to get together at the central hubs of their respective provinces and territories, Chuck, to come up this far north. I know lots of folks giving credit to Air North and the logistics aspect of it that made it possible for them to come this far north. First time the tournament's ever been this far north in 17 years since they first got going in 2002. So delighted to have them on our territory here, Chuck, and they put on some great games, 46 in total over this entire week of action. So it's come down to the contests and games that we have today, and the one in front of us, 16:53 left here now in the second period. One scoring chance there so far from Manitoba, as British Columbia has one of their players in the penalty box. That's David Edgar in there for another 37 seconds or so as Manitoba brings it out. They have one of their defensemen well back, but he decides to go to the bench for a line change. That's number 19 that was in there for Connor Roulette for Manitoba, as BC gets a shorthanded goal themselves. Chuck, what a turn of events there real quick. That's number 10 from British Columbia, Leighton Sharon, who got the puck at center ice and took it in. So each team so far in this contest sharing a shorthanded goal.
Didn't expect that one. Whoa.
No.
Wow, that was fast. 23 seconds left in the power play for BC, though.
That was a lot of speed on that one. I don't think the bench or coaching staff expected it either, but a great play from Leighton there to tie this contest up at 1. So far the man advantage hasn't seemed to mean much to either team. Chuck, we'll see how it goes along.
By number 10, Leighton Sharon.
So Leighton Sharon, as you heard, with the shorthanded goal.
36 seconds.
And nobody cheering more louder than number 21, his teammate who's in the penalty box on that one, Chuck. So
TBC goal scored by
10
Sharon,
seconds left now with the man advantage for Manitoba. They're in their own end zone, so probably won't have a chance to make it to the far end of the rink in a shot before it evens it up at 5 aside. Manitoba holding it in alongside the boards. And now the BC player is back out on the ice, Chuck, so we are at full strength for both teams as Manitoba moves in to the BC zone. Trying to get a quick shot there from number 13, Nicoden Gray Eyes, but that went far wide and back of the net. A couple players jostling along the board now. Manitoba putting a good effort on, and I think BC is going to head back to the penalty box, Chuck, on a tripping call, thanks to the good effort of, I think it's number 14 from Manitoba, that's Evan Herman, who put on the Jets and was forced to be pulled down by number 20 of British Columbia, Tyson Lamperay. So BC right back in the penalty box. Didn't cost them last time. We'll see if it might this time.
1-all tie, 15.5 minutes left in the second period of this contest between Manitoba and Team BC, the bronze medal game. Roger?
right now Manitoba controlling at their own point, trying to get it back to their defenseman to get a good shot in on net. Ryan Sinclair is at 1 point. Logan Clark is his defensive partner. Got number 14, Evan Herman, around the net there trying to get a loose puck, but wasn't able to do so. Here it might open up a bit now for them. Evan moves back to the point. He is going to get a shot, and that one goes wide all the way around the boards, but kept in by Manitoba. They're still trying to get it back to their defense in order to get a shot on net. Good work there, though, by Team BC, who's pestering along the boards there, and that puck looked almost as though it got out. The official right in the right spot to say no, so play continues. Good second effort there by number 13 from Manitoba. That's Caden Grey Eyes, who's had a good contest up to this point. Right back to the point. Here's the shot that they were waiting for, or almost from the point. Decided to take it back into the corner. 53 seconds now left in the man advantage, and some good effort here from Manitoba. That shot, though, went off one of the players' skates and out to center ice, so it will force Manitoba to regroup in this 1-1 game. They bring it in. Number 15, Tyson Chidley, trying to get it across ice to Ty Brandt, number 12, but wasn't able to. Now back out to the point. Number 5, their defenseman, Colton Cameron, moved in to try to get the shot away, but was tied up by one of the BC players. Now he gave it away right at center ice. Here's a quick shot, and that one goes well wide of the net, but a lot of speed on that one, Chuck. That will take the puck back out to center ice. Manitoba coming in. Another effort here alongside the boards. BC goalie will let that play in back of the net.
Power play just over right now.
So even strength on both sides. Shorthanded goal for BC there. Second penalty didn't cost them, so keeps this contest at 1-1 with 13:27 left. That one goes down all the way to the end of the rink, and that'll result in an icing call. Linesman getting in between a couple of the players. Both teams will make a complete change.
So 1-1 tie, 13 minutes left in the second period of this bronze medal game. Whiskey Jack's Pub and Grill and Big Bear Donair are proud sponsors of the National Aboriginal Hockey Championships men's bronze medal game, and we would like to wish all the teams a great tournament and a great final and a happy Mother's Day, Roger.
Absolutely, Chuck, and a cultural festival event, much more than just the hockey that we see on the ice. A number of teams are doing some broomball exhibition games in the communities throughout our territory, so I know that those events went well, and I had an opportunity to speak with William Carlick just during that first period, and he was delighted to be the elder for Team North this year, and brought his spirit up and back into the game of hockey. Unfortunately, the North and both men's and women's team didn't make it to the finals, but I know William was real proud to be a big part of it.
Absolutely. He's always a big part of any kind of hockey in the territory here in our territorial capital.
BC now controls the puck there, Chuck. There is an empty net at the moment because another penalty is going to be called, so they pulled the goalie for the extra attacker. We'll see what the call is. It's going to be against Manitoba, though. So we'll see what may happen in the next 12 minutes or so. They've been trading shorthanded goals, but nobody scored with the man advantage, so that's a little rare in hockey. So.
A little rare. Short-handed goals, yes. Don't go into the penalty box. Or do go into the penalty box.
That's right. 21 from Manitoba will sit in the penalty box for 2 minutes or less.
The penalty to Team Manitoba's number 21, Sequoia Swan. 2 minutes for roughing.
Sequoia Swan will get a roughing call on that one, Chuck. So that will put BC back with the man advantage, or in Manitoba's zone. Kept it in at the point all the way across to the defenseman. Here comes the shot. That went wide. One of the BC players, number 14, Brandon Blaise, was ready for the pass. It just didn't make it through. They'll try the same attempt here. Controlling in back behind Manitoba's net. Back to the point. That's the type of shots that they're trying to get each time, Chuck. However, Manitoba able to clear that one all the way down into BC's zone. They will regroup. Manitoba also makes a change of players as well. And now here comes British Columbia. They are at center ice. They bring it into Manitoba's zone, kept onside just barely though. That puck bouncing around at the back of the net. Now here comes Manitoba. They're just not simply dumping that puck, Chuck. They're coming in for a shot on goal, and that one bounced through a couple of players. The goalie didn't see it from BC. Another shot from Manitoba, who's down a man. Clearly the goaltender saw that all the way in, but decided to get the stoppage in play and allow his team to do a complete line change.
Apparently the teams like playing shorthanded.
It must be. I know that's not a coaching strategy, I can assure you that. But and the goaltenders don't like it. But I am sure as the contest goes on, the coaches will try to cut down on that. Certainly coming up for the third period for sure. So right now it's controlled by British Columbia back in their own zone. They're bringing it out. They have the man advantage up to center ice. Long cross pass dumped in by number 13. That was Brandon Toy, however, went up off his stick and into the crowd. So another souvenir for one of the fans.
Today's men's bronze medal game brought to you by Whiskey Jack's Pub and Grill, a great place to meet and celebrate with friends any day of the week. And Big Bear Donair, the biggest, baddest bite in the north.
Yeah, twice you've done that well, my friend. Very good. Good for you. Right in front of us, play a couple of good hits alongside the boards. British Columbia's number 16, a nice effort there from Colton Cousins, who got past a couple of Manitoba players, but just wasn't able to take it quite as far as he wanted in. Now BC drops back. They're looking for that long pass up along the side, which they got. It went up to Brandon Toye. Now back behind the net. Goalie caught out of the net there for a minute. Chuck caused a little bit of panic for some of his teammates, and I'm sure himself. BC still keeping it in. Nice quick shot from the point from number 22, Mackenzie Adams, but the goaltender able to see it all the way. 7 seconds left on the Manitoba penalty.
So a lot of comments I heard from people outside because it's such a nice, beautiful day outside the Takini Arena. A lot of people hanging out, just talking to each other, and totally positive comments about the time that the athletes from outside here have spent in Whitehorse, Roger.
Yeah, all around, Chuck. I haven't heard a negative one from any of the people, and I've spoke to many people all throughout the week. I was at the Canada Game Center this morning at about 6:30 when the ladies team BC had shown up to get all of their gear, and they were still in high spirits going into the bronze medal game. Weren't successful in winning that, but hockey's only really one part of it when you come this far across the country. Most people, it's the first time that they've ever been into the territory, so they're certainly seeing it as a real treat.
Penalty expired right now, Roger. Manitoba, both teams at full strength.
We're coming up to about the halfway point of this game, Chuck, and it's a great one. We're tied at 1. Quick shot there from Manitoba. Puck was loose. The BC goalie thought he had it covered, but a second effort there from Manitoba put a bit of fear into the goalie there, but was able to find the puck shortly afterwards. And this bronze medal game, much like the ladies game just prior to this one, it was a 2-0 victory for Ontario over BC. Nice close game. This one is exactly where we anticipated it to be as well at the scoring level at the moment. Manitoba now controlling the puck, although taken off the puck by one of the BC players. That one goes up towards the net. 2 BC players crash into each other. Another hard hit along the boards off the one side. And number 23 of BC, or 22, Mackenzie Adams, a little slow in getting up, but he does make it back to the bench. Right now, a quick shot on the Manitoba goalie there. Puck is falling around just in front of him there, but finally cleared over to the boards. Now does wrap around the entire boards all the way. Lost stick there from one of the players from Manitoba, so that will give a couple of his teammates a chance to switch off with some fresh players there. They were going to go in, but they were down virtually a man with not having that one stick. BC now controls the puck back of their own net. They're going to try to start a rush. That's number 8, Carter McClellan, coming up. Tried to get it over to Hunter Livingstone. He wasn't able to. Colton Cameron coming in right down the middle. They weren't able to get the puck to him there. Quick shot there, though. Steered aside by the Manitoba goalie. And a little bit of dipsy doodling right at right at center ice. The player's stick goes for a long ride through the air there,
yes.
Chuck. Yeah, but some really good quick effort from number 5 Colton Cameron from BC. Just didn't result in a scoring chance in that case.
A good pace here in this second period of a 1-all contest between Team Manitoba and Team BC in the men's bronze medal game. Again, today's men's bronze medal game brought to you by Whiskey Jack's Pub and Grill, a great place to meet and celebrate with friends any day of the week, and Big Bear Donair, the biggest, baddest bite in the north.
And both goalies haven't seen a whole bunch of action. Aaron Trotter in net for BC, Zach Garouette in net for Manitoba. They've each let a goal in at this point, shorthanded, so that's has a little bit to do with the defense on those cases as well.
Nice glove save there, Rob.
It was from Garouette on that one, Chuck. Yeah, absolutely. And we'll see how the third period. Neither team will open it up a great deal with only a tie at the moment, unless one of the teams get a couple of goal lead. We'll see how the third period plays out. 7:53 left here in the second in a very competitive, fast-paced game in this bronze medal division. Right now, Manitoba controls the puck behind their own end. That's Carrion Cook. Tries to get it up to number 19, Connor Roulette, but wasn't able to make it through. Sent right back into Manitoba's zone. They hit it around the boards, bit of crashing between the players. One of the BC players gets tripped up on his own teammate's stick, and that will give Manitoba now an opportunity to come out on a 3-on-2 as they attempted to feather a pass through to number 19, Connor Roulette there, and now here comes BC back just as quick, Chuck. We've seen that burst of speed come out earlier in the game, and because of that burst of speed, there's going to be a penalty against Manitoba. The player not happy with the call on that one. Chuck didn't feel he did anything wrong, but either way.
They always feel that way.
Well, that's right. That's right. Still going to head to the penalty box.
Yeah, he's shaking his head.
Yeah, a hooking call, but that's been taken by number 15 of Manitoba, Jaden Pashy. But the reason he did that was because that nice little outburst from Leighton Sharon from BC there, that he knew he was going to get by him. So sometimes there's good penalties to take, sometimes not, but we'll see how that one plays out. Quick shot from the point from BC, and the Manitoba goalie, Roulette, able to see that all the way through.
Once again, a 1-all tie, 7 minutes left in the second period of this bronze medal game between Team Manitoba and Team British Columbia. And so far, the power play hasn't really worked for any team. We've had shorthanded goals. Roger.
Yeah, that's right, and not even a lot of scoring chances on some of those power plays, Chuck. So there's lots of speed and some good shots, but they're just not getting through to the goalies. Back to the point now. That one almost did, and sort of tipped there by number 16, Colton Cousins, but that shot was going wide from Hunter Livingstone, but Cousins able to put a tip on it and force it towards the Manitoba goalie. The face-off now just off to his right. Replay there as it comes in from the point from Livingstone. Number 22 of BC there, defenseman Mackenzie Adam moves in a bit. Here's a big shot right from the middle, and that puck is nice stick save from the goalie there. Shipped out by Manitoba. They still have a man in the box for a minute 15. We'll see what BC will do. They'll attempt to regroup. One Manitoba player holding back to cause a bit of confusion back there. That's Corey Cunningham. Brandon Toye now back on the ice as BC dumps it in to try to gain control of the puck. They do. They got a couple of players out front. Chuck, quick shot there, and oh, both players thought for sure that that was going to be a goal. They went just a little high up over the goalie and looked as though that BC was about to celebrate, but wasn't meant to be.
All right, getting set for face-off just outside of the Manitoba blue line.
Should mention a couple of great games still coming up after this. Not too late to catch the gold medal games here at the Dakini Arena. It will be Alberta and Saskatchewan going for the gold in the men's division, and the ladies will see Saskatchewan and Manitoba. So still lots of time to get up to the Dakini Arena and catch those events and take in the festivities here. And that will be followed by the closing ceremony. So lots of action still underway as there is on the ice with BC coming in, taking a shot there. 22 seconds left with their man advantage. Being held in at the point, tried to get it across. Now here's a breakaway for Manitoba. Chuck coming in, that's number 20 all by himself. Quick save, what a glove save by the BC goalie there. Wow, beautiful.
Well, we mentioned shorthanded goals, there we go.
That's right, Mackenzie. Yeah, that's right. Beautiful effort coming in there from Manitoba, but
the goalie was up to the task.
Yeah, beautiful quick glove save. Being congratulated by his teammates, and I think even the ref said what a nice save that one was. Face off now will be off to his left. Manitoba tried to gain control of it, but quickly taken away from BC. Now here they come, which will be their last rush with the man advantage. 3 players in. They'll have to watch because number 15 from Manitoba is holding back there a bit. That's Jaden Parrish, who was in the penalty box and that play was just slightly offside, much to the dismay of number 19, Connor Roulette from Manitoba, who thought he was onside, but either way it was whistled down.
Once again, 5 minutes left, the second period, 1-1 tie in the bronze medal game here at the National Aboriginal Hockey Championships between Team Manitoba and Team British Columbia.
Face-off won by Manitoba. They dump it into the zone of British Columbia, but controlled. Oh, there's a puck that made it through that the goalie didn't see just till the last second, Chuck. Manitoba a couple times get that stick out and interrupt that play. And a gloved head pass, I think, is what's going to stop the whistle on that one. But Manitoba has that ability just to hover around center ice, and all of a sudden they're in, much as BC did earlier in that one goal. That was just a quick little burst that tied up this contest at 1 each.
So don't go away from your radio receiver because these teams are quick.
Face-off won by Manitoba, but quickly dumped in by British Columbia. Roulette for Manitoba, the goalie, out to stop it behind his net. A little bit of confusion there now between a couple of his players where neither of them grabbed the puck there, and a quick little poke from British Columbia, but wasn't able to get his stick on it there. Right now, number 2, Logan Clark for Manitoba. Their defenseman having to bring it back a bit now. Manitoba coming out, which could be a 3-on-2 here, Chuck. That goes over to number 7, Matthew McLeod. He's trying to find a couple teammates in front, couldn't. Now British Columbia tempted to shoot it out, but that went into the players' bench on Team Manitoba, and a stoppage of play there.
4:11 left in the second period. Again, Whiskey Jacks Pub and Grill and Big Bear Donair, proud sponsors of the National Aboriginal Hockey Championship men's bronze medal game. And they are proud and would like to wish you all a great tournament and a great Mother's Day.
Right now it's Manitoba controlling the puck. Quick shot there, a backhand, a real quick one, and number 30 of BC, their goalie Aaron Trotter, down to make the save. So every shot counts now in a 1-1 game as we're nearing the end of this second period. Could very well be a 2-1, 3-1 contest. We'll see what happens in the third. Face-off now off to the right of BC's goalie. Manitoba wanting to get the draw and get it back to the point, but it's won by BC, so here they go. They get it up to center ice. That's as far as they got on that play there as Manitoba brings it back. Couple of players there coming now. Nice stick out in front that tipped that puck rather high over the goalie, but a good scoring chance there. So the goalie's getting a little bit busier, at least in BC's end. Manitoba 2 or 3 shots off that barrage, Chuck, and now they're holding it up in the zone. So it seems that BC is struggling a little bit here late in the second. Player brought down at center ice. No call from either of the officials, which were right on, right in the right place there. BC's number 5 has the puck at the moment. Colton Cameron, he's trying to get it up to Hunter Livingstone. Also going in is Colton Cousins, a little bit deeper than he normally would. Back into position now, and now here comes Manitoba. One player coming back with a couple of BC players bearing down on him. They had number 4 from Manitoba, Ethan Malcolm, out in front, just not able to get the puck to him. He has it now, dumps it in, and him and a couple of his teammates going for a complete line change here, Chuck. So fresh legs on for Manitoba with just under 3 minutes left here. Here comes BC. Let's see, a speedy player from BC, but lost his footing on that one, Chuck. Although might have an opportunity to get it back here now.
Both teams skating at the end of the second period, Roger, as you alluded, they got fresh legs.
Yeah, and a good pace to this contest. Third will be the same as well, I know. That's number 10 we talked about from BC, Leighton Sharon, who's got the ability to turn those jets on when he sees that puck in the blue line there, Chuck. Now this one's going right across. Nice shot from coming in from Manitoba, although that one's well wide and off the glass. They still control though in BC's zone, back in behind the net. Now picked up by number 5, that's Colton Cameron. He gets it up and not quite out. Still, they were able to keep it onside. It is out now though, as BC now has an opportunity to do that change, much as Manitoba had earlier. It's coming in with number 16, Jaeger Lapointe, and he gets it right out in front, and a couple of the players raise their arms and perhaps a victory, Chuck, and it may have went in, but I think the referee had already blown the whistle. Net was certainly off the moorings. It doesn't appear to be a goal, so we're still at 1-1.
That's right. All locked up here with just over a minute left in the second period. Matchup between Team Manitoba and Team British Columbia in the bronze men's medal game.
Manitoba, quick win off the face-off and a quick shot towards the goalie. He saw it all the way though, but was forced to make the save, so face-off will be in the exact same spot. We'll see if Manitoba is able to duplicate that. BC's positioning themselves a little bit different than they did last time. It seemed to work there. Scramble in front of the net. Puck is all over. Nobody able to quite get it though. Now it goes back to the point. Manitoba, long shot through a number of players there. That was number 6, Braden Hill, the defenseman, that moved in a bit to get the shot off. Right now it's back into Manitoba's zone. First time BC's been down in this area for a while, Chuck. And it doesn't look as though, well, they are going to stay there for a little bit. Nice little poke check there to get it out to center ice. Glove down by the player and shot, but quite a ways away from the net. Both teams, as you can see, making a complete line change. So fresh legs for the last minute 3 here in the second.
As you say, a lot of the play dominated by Manitoba, but it's still a 1-all hockey game.
Yeah, thanks to shorthanded goals. So it should make up a great third period here. Sure, both teams will try to be a little cautious here and get out of this period without any mistakes or cross-ice passes to go in the dressing room deadlocked at 1. Right now, BC, though, right out in front. The goalie having to come out of his crease to make the save there. Manitoba uses the glass to get it out to center ice. Trying to get it up to number 19. That's Connor Roulette, but that went a little too far. All the way down to BC zone. They shot it back, and we have an icing.
37 seconds left in this second period. Again, Whiskey Jacks Pub and Grill and Big Bear Donair are proud sponsors of the National Aboriginal Hockey Championship men's bronze medal game, and they would like to wish you all a great tournament and a great Mother's Day, Roger.
So face-off will be at center ice, Chuck. 37 seconds left on the clock. Might not be enough time for either team to get a real good scoring chance. So trying to break in on the opposition's blue line and get a shot away. Here comes BC. They're going to try to do exactly that. They do. It doesn't make it through to the net, though. Lingers around in front. Oh, right there, Chuck. And Manitoba able to clear it. Unfortunately, a little bit too far for them. It's not a face-off they probably wanted back in their zone with 24 seconds left now. So BC may very well have a chance to win that face-off and get a couple of good shots before the period runs out. Face off just a few feet from the Manitoba goalie. It is won by BC. But now here comes Manitoba, Chuck. They're going to have a 2-on-1 thanks to a lucky bounce cross ice. Oh, that bounce didn't work for them there, though. Went off the skate of number 5, Carey and Cook. And that brings it back to BC. Going to go all the way for an icing call. So back into BC zone. So Manitoba will have that chance to win that face-off, get that quick shot if they can before the time runs out.
Well, it would be interesting if they can get lucky in the dying seconds of the second period.
It'd be a huge team lift for either of these teams to go in the dressing room up by a goal. But 7 seconds goes pretty quick. We'll see. Linesman drops it. Goes back to the point. They tried to get the shot away and it bounced over one of the players' sticks. It will bounce out of the blue line, Chuck, and won't be enough time for either team now to get a shot on net. So after 40 minutes of play in this bronze medal game, it is Manitoba and BC tied at a goal.
Again, today's men's bronze medal game brought to you by Whiskey Jack's Pub and Grill. A great place to meet and celebrate with friends any day of the week. And Big Bear Donair, the biggest, baddest fight in the north. Right now we go to Connor Trombley.
Absolutely. I'm here with Megan with the Host Society just to get a little update on what they're selling for this year's tournament. Megan, could you just provide us a little update of the cool merchandise you guys are selling at Keeney Arena today?
Coming up next here hoodies, youth hoodies, t-shirts, toques, baseball hats, and even some bags and some water bottles.
And what's the most popular item you're selling today and throughout the tournament?
I would say it's probably the hoodie for sure. It's you see lots of people walking around with those on.
And I'm assuming you guys have been up at the Canada Game Center as well, also selling merchandise.
No, the merchandise hub was just here at Keeney Arena, but we have been up at the Canada Game Center with all the games and all that. And, but merchandise is just being sold here at Keeney.
And how long will you guys be open for today for merchandise to be able to be sold?
We'll be open until the end of the last game.
So up until about 9 o'clock, eh?
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot for speaking with us, and best of luck with the selling.
Okay, thank you.
Great, thanks a lot. That was Megan with the Host Society selling a variety of merchandise at Keeney Arena here. Chuck, back to you.
Are you going to buy any, Connor?
Absolutely. I think I'm going to buy a sweater. That's keep nice and warm. It's a little chilly inside, especially since our crew's here for about 12 hours. So sweater's my choice.
There you go. 1-1 after 2 periods. Roger, what was your take on that?
A fast period, Chuck, much like the first one, and no reason that we won't expect to see that same type of play in the third. It'll be a little bit more defensive. I think the players will settle down a bit, at least from the roughing and the pushing and shoving after the whistle. Nobody wants to get that extra penalty and create an opportunity for the opposition. So I think the players will settle down a bit. I'm sure that's what the coaching staff is going to tell them, and come out for a good 20 minutes of play, and we'll see if overtime might be a factor in it as well.
Well, absolutely. Again, another 13 minutes or so while they clear the ice. Roger, your take on the tournament so far?
Absolutely love it, Chuck. It's very seldom that we get this type of quality hockey that's comes this far north. I was chatting with one of the Cook brothers out in the foyer who has played many amount of games with the Native Hockey Tournament over the year. He can't believe the speed of the players as well, and just so impressed with it that it's not often we get that type of caliber play here. It's going to get better in this third period, and the gold medal games, you're going to see the cream of the crop, so still chances to come up and see it in person as well.
Absolutely. Lots of room here at the Keeney Arena, so don't be scared of parking. Lots of parking places as well. It's a beautiful day. It's a Mother's Day. Bring your mom up and anyone connected. We're into the bronze medal game, heading into the third period, all tied up at 1-1 between Team BC and Team Manitoba. Again, Whiskey Jack's Pub and Grill and Big Bear Donair, proud sponsors of the National Aboriginal Hockey Tournament men's bronze medal game, and would like to wish all the teams a great tournament, and they have had a great tournament and a beautiful Mother's Day as well. Let's go back to the Shone FM studios.
I'm Kobe McCumber. I'm from Montreal, Quebec. I'm playing out of Eastern Northern North, and I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, well, that's good. What do you think of Yukon? I take it you haven't been here before?
Hey, Wayne. We'll just come back after the news, okay? Okay. Well, how many minutes? Okay. Hey, girls. Oh, right on. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're just going to play a little segment, and then we'll. Hey, girls, how are you? Hi, I'm Chuck from Shone FM. Hi, pleased to meet you. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Do you want to? Yeah. So. Yeah, there you go. So, what do you want to do more? Sorry. We're doing the tape, and then we'll go and go Connor. Okay. He's going to. Okay. Okay. No. Scorching. I love that word. Scorching. Have you scorched anybody, Wayne?
I hate it when that happens.
Maybe.
Landing without wheels.
Morris just laughed beside me. Okay, no problem. Just give me a 10. Yeah. Connor's got these beautiful young ladies lined up here in front of us.
Easy boy, easy. He said he has commercials to play. He just
Yeah.
It's okay, we got time. We'll take it.
You're not cold in your t-shirts? Yeah. I'm cold in this.
Here comes Bert.
Pardon me?
Here comes Bert. So we'll go Cliff first.
Just hang on. What is it? And she's from where? Kobe McCourt from where? Quebec. Oh, okay. Bert. So we're going to do this, then we're going to him. Yep. Good question. Very good question. I'm starving. Okay.
30 seconds.
He asked when the pizzas are coming. Back at the Takini Arena, we are at the men's bronze medal game, all tied up, heading into the third period between Team Manitoba and Team British Columbia. A little bit of sights and sounds from the Takini Arena with Kobe McCumber.
I'm Kobe McCumber. I'm from Montreal, Quebec. I'm playing out of Eastern Northern North, and I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, well, that's good. What do you think of Yukon? I take it you haven't been here before?
It's my first time. It's a beautiful capital of Whitehorse. I love it. I love the mountainous areas. Even it's a nice hockey town.
Yeah, it is. Actually, what do you think of the hockey? It's been pretty high caliber so far.
Yeah, for sure. Like everyone here is the top from their region. You know, it's only good hockey here.
For sure. What would you say to other people who are thinking about playing hockey?
It's a must, you know, it's a good opportunity. You never know where it's going to take you. Yeah.
Indeed. Thanks a lot.
No problem.
Back to you, Chuck.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Kobe McCumber and Doug Tremblay. We're going to hand it over now to Connor. Connor, you're with a couple of women in T-shirts at the Takini Arena, and I'm cold wearing my ski jacket, so take it away.
Absolutely. We've got two female athletes competing in the gold medal game with Team Saskatchewan. They're undefeated, incredibly, right now, and with Tash and Paris. And can you just tell us a little bit about what's contributed to your success leading up to today?
We would definitely have to be working together as a team, and all 23 of us having the heart and dedication, if not for each other, or if not for ourselves, for each other to strive and win the game.
And who has been the most difficult opponent you faced so far leading up to this final game? Do you have one opponent in particular?
Probably Team BC. We played them 3 times already. We beat them all 3 times, but every single time they came harder and harder to beat. So yeah, definitely Team BC.
And a little about your opponent leading up to right now. What's going to be the hardest thing to get that gold medal and then remain undefeated throughout the tournament, do you think?
To play 110% all 3 periods, just not like only 20 minutes of the game, but we have to play all 60 minutes of the game all together as a team.
And you've been up here for the week. How does it feel being in the Yukon compared to Saskatchewan? Quite a difference.
Oh, it's so beautiful here, and it's such a great experience. I'm so happy we could make it out to here. It's been awesome.
Well, enjoy the rest of your time here, and best of luck in the gold medal game.
Thank you.
Great, thanks again. Chuck, yeah, it'll be an exciting game leading up. Gold medal, Team Saskatchewan and Team Manitoba in the female division shortly here. Back to you.
110%. I love that, eh, Roger?
Absolutely, and it will indeed be a good game. We've seen Saskatchewan and heard them in this competition. They had an 8-0 victory right off the first game of the tournament, as a matter of fact. So they've made their way through to the finals, and a number of players that got a lot of speed on that team for Saskatchewan. We'll look forward to them. We have yet to see Manitoba, but as you mentioned, we'll see them on the ice coming up in the gold medal game for the ladies, following the men's bronze medal game, which is going to be a great 20 minutes left, Chuck, maybe even more. Who knows?
Well, yes, who knows indeed. And again, the men's bronze medal game brought to you by Whiskey Jack's Pub and Grill and Big Bear Donair, proud sponsors of the National Aboriginal Hockey Championship men's bronze medal game. And they would like to wish all the teams a great tournament, a great trip home, and a happy Mother's Day, Roger.
Very nice sentiments, and we express Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers throughout our broadcast area and across the country. Hope you're certainly enjoying your special day, and love to see you make some hockey a part of it. Both the gold medal games still yet to come at the Dakini Arena. You can buy passes at the front entrance, so think about that and be a part of it. Third period action is underway, which is going to be a great 20 minutes here in this final contest between Manitoba and British Columbia. It's underway with a good hard check along the board by BC's number 16, Colton Cousins. That sends the puck out to center ice, controlled by BC, but now taken by Manitoba. Hard hit at the ice there. British Columbia player broke his stick, so he'll go for a new teammate. Puck is all the way in. Fresh teammates out on the ice now as they not only the broken stick made the exchange, but a couple of players as well. So here we go for a good action-packed third with Manitoba leading it. A shot that is well wide, may go around and make it. Oh, they did keep it in off that side there, Chuck, but here comes British Columbia. We've heard lots of number 10, Leighton Sharon, one of the smaller players, but certainly has the ability to put the speed on. Quick long shot from right at center ice from BC against the Manitoba goalie. That one is easily steered aside. BC has a shot right out in front. Nice save by the goalie. Puck scrambled, and
that was close, Rod.
It was close, Chuck. Referee in perfect spot to make the call after the goalie was able to close it there, but a good scoring chance for BC early here in the third.
Once again, all tied up here between Team Manitoba and Team British Columbia in the men's bronze medal final.
Face off just off to the right of Manitoba's goalie. That is won by Manitoba, so they'll clear it out of their zone. Goes up to number 19, Connor Roulette, who is controlling it. Shot out at the goalie, score, Chuck. That one was a shot that looked as though it was going to go right across the crease, and Manitoba has scored early here in the third contest, and the BC goalie, Aaron Trotter, is a little bewildered on that one, Chuck. Just one of those fluke goals.
Well, I didn't want to say that word, Roger, but whatever works, right?
Absolutely.
As long as it goes in the net.
We have the ability to have the replay in front of us here, Chuck, thanks to our colleagues just down the booth, and it was one that the goalie would want to have back if he had the opportunity, Chuck.
He's not going to want to watch that.
No, and just one of those shots from the corner that you try to get it out in front of the net, and happened to have gone in, so a big goal for Team Manitoba here in the third period. That will put the pressure on British Columbia to go out and get that next goal. Manitoba controlling now, back of the net. They tried to get it out. They do to center ice, almost stopped by number 22 of BC, Mackenzie Adam, but that went off his stick. Now BC is coming back. Number 5 tangled up alongside. Going to be a penalty on that call, Chuck. And a bit of pushing and shoving going on as the linesmen get between a couple of the players, but I believe it is going to be a Manitoba penalty there. So
tripping call, I think, right at the blue line.
Absolutely,
there,
Chuck. Again, thanks to the speedy effort of the BC player, we'll have number 7 from Manitoba, Matthew McLeod, in the penalty box. So they're up a goal. We'll see if this one might cost them, though, here in the third. Face-off will be off to the left of Manitoba's goalie.
The penalty.
5
Team
on
Manitoba's number
4.
7, Matthew McLeod. 2 minutes for tripping.
Tripping was a penalty. Manitoba wins that face-off, shoots it all the way back into BC's zone. They will attempt to regroup here, although number 15, Jaden Pash, is hovering around, trying to find that loose puck. Here comes BC. They're at center ice now. Nice poke check there by Manitoba to send it back to the blue line of BC. Quick little drop pass back as they go across center ice to Colton Cousins. And Manitoba again clears that puck, at least out to center ice now. Number 22 from BC, Mackenzie Adams, comes in with it. He dumps it in behind the boards, trying to find 13, Brian Toye. They are both in there. Chuck trying to get that puck off one of the players from Manitoba, and that is going to be cleared all the way down the ice right to the BC goalie, who's forced to make a save on that one. Just under a minute now left in the Manitoba penalty as BC hasn't had much scoring chances with the man advantage. Here they come now, though. That's number 10, the speedy Leighton Sharon. He's in. He's going to do the wraparound on the net. Just didn't have any teammates out in front till he does there. One of his defensemen late getting caught up. That's number 12, Ty Brandt. He wasn't in position, though, to really get a good shot away. Back to the point now. Here comes one of the shots. That is directly into the goalie, and Manitoba makes a save.
Once again, Whiskey Jack's Pub and Grill and Big Bear Donair, proud sponsors of the National Aboriginal Hockey Championship Men's Bronze Medal Game. And they would like to wish all the teams a great tournament, a safe ride home, and a happy Mother's Day. Roger.
Both teams make complete changes there, Chuck. So we got some fresh bodies out on the ice. Another quick shot from British Columbia from that left-hand side. So whether they see a weakness in the goalie there or the puck is just ending up in that way, 2 or 3 shots in a row that just doesn't seem to make it through to the Manitoba goalie. Now the face-off again, won by Manitoba. They control at the back of their net. That's Logan Clark, dumps it. He'll send it all the way down. That puck being forced to stop by the BC goalie. Number 7, Matthew McLeod, 10 seconds left in the penalty box, so we'll see how far BC goes in on this play. Chuck, they'll have to remember that that player is about to leave the penalty box. A lot of shorthanded goals happen because of it. However, McLeod will jump right back into the play. BC controlling, tried a shot that was almost like a shot that Manitoba was successful on a goal, and they now have, well, not quite a 2-on-1. Manitoba player took a shot, went off one of the players from BC, got his own rebound, just not able to get the second shot away. Matthew Mason Vandell in there. Logan Clark back up at the point now. Manitoba's defense will back up as BC brings the puck out to center ice. Now they're going to get caught on a line change here, Chuck, and here comes number 13 in for Manitoba. Shoots, scored! Wow. Oh, costly line change for BC there, Chuck. Sent in not only 1 but 2 Manitoba players, resulting in a goal. And 3-1 now for Team Manitoba over BC.
The nail in the proverbial coffin of Team BC right now, and as you said, Roger, a pretty messy line change.
Yeah, it was. They got caught on that one, and coaching staff, I'm sure a little bit of a mix-up there that happened, and it's all said and done now, but unfortunately did result in a goal for BC, and exactly what Manitoba wanted. They're ahead by 2 goals, and there you see a timeout, Chuck, just to make sure the players know exactly where to be and sort of go over what happened there so it doesn't happen again.
Even
so
the
Gray Eye with the goal there, Chuck.
Right, yeah. Even the Team BC goalie, both goalies, in fact, at the bench right now.
So different perspectives from the coaching staff from BC and Manitoba at this point. Manitoba telling their players to obviously stay out of the penalty box. Don't take any of those cross-ice passes. Know your changes that just cost BC there. And BC just wanting to make sure that they've got their ducks in order, if you will, that changes like that doesn't happen again. Game still not out of reach here. Another quick goal from BC would have it right in it. Of course, we got the option of pulling goaltenders. We got overtime. We'll see what the next 15 plus minutes bring. BC wins the face-off there. It's back out to center ice now. Controlled by Manitoba, although they had a hard time there at their own blue line. Had to ship it back towards their goalie. They now break out with number 21 coming forward, Shaquankan Schwan, but that was slightly offside and a stoppage in play.
Again, lots of room here, and tickets are cheap to get in. Just $10 to see some great hockey action, Roger.
Absolutely, Chuck, and still 2 games to go. The biggest ones of the tournament, the gold matchups between the ladies and the men's final is still to be played here at the Bikini Arena, followed by the closing ceremony. So we all look forward to that. That puck all the way down into Manitoba's zone. That results in an icing call. Both teams making complete changes. 3-1 now here in the 3rd period in this bronze medal game, with Manitoba leading British Columbia
Today's men's bronze medal game brought to you by, of course, Shone FM and Whiskey Jack's Pub and Grill, a great place to meet and celebrate with friends any day of the week. And Big Bear Donair, the biggest, baddest bite in the north.
Here comes British Columbia. A nice quick wrist shot there, but that was all high of the net. They know they have to turn on the Jets to get a goal here in the next several minutes to bring this contest a little bit closer. But Manitoba with another breakaway. That's number 19 coming in and scores, Chuck. Manitoba pulling away. Connor Roulette with that goal there. And BC caught a little more forward than they had wanted, Chuck. Again, we talked about them having to make those opportunities, and looks as though there's now a goaltender change as well happening for British Columbia.
Well, if the nail wasn't in the coffin at 3-1, it certainly is at 4, Roger.
It is in this type of game and league, Chuck. Yeah, it's a 3-goal deficit is awful hard to come back from with only 14 minutes or so left. They'll certainly try. Still possible, but Manitoba out to a nice comfortable lead here at the moment. Roulette.
Number 11, Colby Bear.
Colby Bear getting one of the assists as well there, Chuck. So Manitoba on the board again. The Team BC dumps it in and forced to make a save. Manitoba goalie is, so face-off will be off to his left. And again, BC now making a goaltender's change, although hard to fault the goalie on those, Chuck, when you have the breakaways.
Absolutely,
I know the goalie wouldn't have been happy with the one goal that went in from his side, but the other goals, not much he was able to do there. Might be a move, though, to inspire the team with the new goalie and come out and get a quick one within the next few minutes. We'll see if that happens. Face-off is won by BC, but quickly taken away from Manitoba. Again, they go all the way up the rink, trying to get Jaden Pash there. He gets in, gets a shot on the goalie. He's forced to make the save. And a little bit of pushing and shoving now behind the scenes. We'll have to see if that gets a little bit rougher over the next 14 minutes or so, Chuck, once Manitoba is starting to pull away here and BC realizes it might be out of their grasp to win the bronze.
4-1, 14 minutes left in the third here in this game.
Right now it's Manitoba controlling along the boards, and the official's arm is up. He saw something, it might be a boarding call, something of that nature perhaps, Chuck. We'll see. It looks as though it's going to be against Manitoba, so that's perhaps one of the breaks that British Columbia was looking for. Is number 15, Jaden Pash, is heading to the penalty box, so we'll see what BC might be able to do with the man advantage.
But power plays have not resulted in much. In fact, we've had the opposite happen here, Roger. A lot of shorthanded goals.
Yeah, the exact opposite, Chuck. We'll see if what may transpire from this one. The face-off will be all the way in Manitoba's zone, so good news there. As it is 5-on-4, BC will attempt to win that face-off. Get it back to one of their defensemen for a quick shot off the point.
1 second.
Manitoba, though, is successful in winning it. British Columbia keeps it in, though. Hard hit behind the net between a couple of the players there. Number 5, Carrion Cook from Manitoba, and number 8, Carter McClellan from BC. Seemed to be a clean hit, though, so officials not having to make a call on that move. Face off in the same spot as it was. And it's won by Manitoba. Tried to get it cleared out, but wasn't able to do so. Now BC comes in with it. That's number 6 carrying the puck for them, Alan Churuk. He was stopped and appears to be an offside. So play seeming to slow down a little bit here in the third.
A lot of whistles, Roger.
Yeah, there has been
yeah.
compared to the first 40 minutes of play. So
again, Whiskey Jack's Pub and Grill and Big Bear Donair, very proud sponsors of this National Aboriginal Hockey Championships men's bronze medal game, along with Shone FM, and they are wishing you all and the teams a great tournament.
And there's a goal, Chuck, that British Columbia, we had talked about it, was hoping to get. They got it with the man advantage, so That is a huge goal because there's still 13:21 left on the clock. A couple of goal differential, but certainly doesn't have them out of it. They got a good little fan base behind them there cheering them on, so it brings this game a little bit closer. 2 goals separate. Nice burst of speed from British Columbia there, and the first time that they were able to get in on the Manitoba goalie for a while and resulted in a goal. So the puck now back at center ice, the face-off. We'll see if that brings some life back into BC. It's controlled by Manitoba at the moment. They dump it up. It's at the blue line of BC. They are trying to get a couple of players in place to make the breakout. Tried to get it to
The
Leighton
Team BC
Sharon.
goal. A power play goal.
Ben
scored
Brandt
by
is in
number
there.
20, Tyson Lampro.
Tyson Lampro credited with the
The
goal
assist
on that
number
one, Chuck.
13, Brendan Toy.
Brendan Toy getting the assist.
And number 16, Colton Cousins.
And Colton Cousins in on that. So
The time of the BC
3-man
goal,
effort to
6
come
minutes,
up with that
38
goal.
seconds.
Halfway through the
BC goal scored by Lampro.
third period.
Assist Toy and Cousins.
Manitoba's.
A power play marker. Time 6:38.
Nathan Driver brings it in. That is shot back though, so Manitoba having to regroup in their own zone. Long pass that went forward did go off the stick of Carl Inglis. However, Manitoba now losing the puck. Almost gained it back there though. BC having a little bit of hard time in their own zone. Manitoba controlling now, dumps it back. Here comes BC. They're going to have a 3-on-3 at the moment, trying to get number 21 of BC open there, David Edgar, but he was a little too far along the right-hand side of the board. He's back in there. A push now of one of the BC players that goes down to the ice. No call there. Puck in right behind the net. Another hit there as Manitoba brings it out. They're going to have a 2-on-2. That's Connor Roulette in, who had a nice shot there. Manitoba controlling, back in their own zone. All penalties are over. 4-2 is the score here in the third with 11:25 left on the clock. Manitoba intercepting there as number 19 was hovering around the point. Connor Roulette trying to get the pass, banging a stick on the ice, but teammate not able to get the puck to him. It's bouncing around center ice, dumped in by Manitoba. BC goalie out to block it around his net. We mentioned the goaltender change. Braden Melstead is now in net for BC as they bring it into the Manitoba zone, fighting in back of the net. Controlled by Manitoba. They send it out, but I think that's, no, they are not going to call icing on that one. So
Pretty
Melstead
close.
out.
I thought it was
It
ice.
was close, but Melstead came out to play the puck, so it's up at center ice, controlled by Manitoba, who's got a 2-goal lead here at the moment. BC now coming into Manitoba's zone. Oh, nice attempt play there from number 6, Alan Huruk, as that is bounced back in. Manitoba now picking it up back of their own net. That player's knocked off the puck, getting it right out in front. A quick shot there on the goalie, and the puck is still bouncing around in behind the net there, Chuck. Manitoba trying to strong arm the BC player along the boards. Puck not moving that far. It does now. BC has it. Back and forth, trying to get one of their teammates out in front. Just not able to do so at the moment. Quick shot all the way from the point that the goalie had to juggle there for a moment. Don't think saw it until the last second or so. Now back around, Manitoba will probably try to ice this puck just to get a bit of relief. They get it out and might not even be icing. It's going to go down, and icing is waved off, although both teams get what they had wanted, and that was some fresh players out on the ice. Right now, British Columbia coming in. Nice little pass across from Leighton Sharon, who sent it over to Ty Brandt. He had gone a little too far in, though, and wasn't able to get the shot on net. Now it's bounced out past the blue line, shot back in. One of the players from BC offside. Here comes this other pass all the way down now from Manitoba, right out in front. Couple of nice passes there, Chuck, and a good hard slap shot.
And a penalty coming up. I'm not sure for what. Oh,
I think for hooking. I saw one of the players down on the ice And it's going to be against BC and their assistant captain, who was one of the players down on the ice. That's why he's got a few extra words to throw at the official. Carter McLennan is in the penalty box, and 9 minutes left here in the third. A penalty that certainly BC didn't want to take
Absolutely
at this point,
not.
trailing 4-2. Face off in BC zone, just off to the right of Braden Melstead.
The penalty to Team British Columbia's number 8, Carter McClellan. 2 minutes for hooking.
So number 14, Evan Herman is in. He wins the face-off. It goes back to his defenseman. They're trying to get a player set up right at center ice. There's the shot all the way in. Slightly tipped off to the right-hand corner. Back in behind the net now. Jaden Pash had control of it for a moment. Passed it back. Now it's in all the way back in the zone of Manitoba. They'll try to regroup here and come out on this play, Chuck, although bounced off the skate of number 14.
Good hit there,
Evan
Roger.
Herman. Big hit with both players going down on the ice. Couple of hits along the boards there as well. Manitoba still controlling with the man advantage for another, just over another minute or so. 8 minutes left here in the third period. That puck up high, lands at center ice, and now controlled by Manitoba. Manitoba bringing it in. That's Cobe Campbell. Does a quick little shot on net, and nice little glove save there from the goalie.
Just under 8 minutes left in this third period. 4-2 lead with Manitoba. Well, maintaining the lead quite well, Roger?
Yeah, they are, Chuck. They look very comfortable with that lead.
And a power play.
And the power play. Time is on their side at this minute, with at this time with another minute left in the power play to BC. Nice shot from the point there, and a nice glove save with a couple of players out in front. And almost every whistle now, Chuck. A little bit of pushing and shoving and a few words between the players. So that may slow down a bit of the action here in the third. Face-off won by Manitoba. Back to the point. They've got some good, strong players to give some shots from the point there. Carrion Cook, Brandon Hill, Matthew McLeod's been in on some. Logan Clark as well. And a scrimmage along back of the net. Referees telling the players to move that puck along. They do. Oh, and back out. Oh, they keep it in just barely there with one extra pass that they may not have wanted from Team Manitoba. There's not much time left on a shot and a goal there. Another nice one. Feathered right through there, Chuck.
Yeah, so Team Manitoba power play goal. They kept it in the zone. Like you said, it just about came out across the blue line, Roger, but they kept it in.
Kept in by inches, Chuck, and resulted in a goal. Number 8, Carter McClellan for BC in the penalty box. So 5-2, and that will pretty much seal up the third period. Maybe another goal or so, but pretty hard to mount a comeback for British Columbia at this point, trailing by 3 goals in this contest with 7:11 left. But they certainly won't give up. They inspired there a few minutes ago to get that quick goal, so we'll see if they're able to do so again here. They are controlling the puck in Manitoba's zone, back in behind the net. Manitoba, though, takes over. Oh, nice little play there to get it up to number 14, Evan Herman. He's going in. Shot on the goalie there, who wasn't quite sure where that had gone. Went all the way around the boards. That will give British Columbia a chance to come back, but that puck is brought in a little bit too late and resulted in an offside.
Again, today's men's brawn medal game brought to you by Whiskey Jack's Pub and Grill, a great place to meet and celebrate with friends any day of the week. And Big Bear Donair, the biggest, baddest bite in the north.
Gold medal game still yet to come at the Dakini Arena. Following the conclusion of this matchup, we will see the ladies' gold medal game between Saskatchewan and Manitoba, and then that will be followed by the gold medal game between Alberta and Saskatchewan. So some great hockey, lots of periods left of some really quick and intense hockey here at the Dakini Arena. So come on up and catching some of the action. If you're in one of our outlying communities, well, stay put where you're at on Shone FM and listen to the final few games and the closing ceremonies on what has been an outstanding tournament in every aspect, on the ice and off, Chuck.
Absolutely, Roger. Absolutely. Just talking to the fans and everybody else around the rink. No negative comments. Everything's positive.
Right now, Manitoba controlling in their own zone. One of the BC players pushed off the puck there. And that has Manitoba's number 7, Matthew McLeod, bringing it up to center ice. Pushing along that far side of the boards there. A little bit of roughhousing. One of the players tied up, yelling at the ref, but he looks the other way. The puck brought in now by BC. Although a nice little poke check there by Manitoba. They're going to clear it out to center ice. That is number 11, Colby Bear, trying to get past the defense of BC, but just not able to. So that puck will bounce all the way back into Manitoba's zone. No icing on the play. Nice little tip forward pass, but shot right back in by British Columbia. Number 6 for Manitoba, that's Brandon Hill back around the point. He wanted to get it up to Carrion Cook and shot on the goalie to make the save.
5 minutes left in this game, Roger. Bronze medal game once again between Team Manitoba and Team British Columbia. Team Manitoba prevailing so far by a score of 5-2, with again just about 5 minutes left in this match.
We'll see if BC is able to get a goal here within a next few minutes. Shot there, a nice hard one, but high over top of the Manitoba goalie. I won't see BC pull their goalie with this many goal deficit. A nice glove save there, though, by the new goaltender, Braden Melstead, who's been brought in here in the third for BC, 4:45.
So basically you're saying they're just going to concede it then, Rod?
Yeah, I don't think they'll pull their goalie for the extra attacker at this point, Chuck. I mean, goals no longer make a difference in the tournament where it did at the start, but yeah, at 5-2, they'll go out and attempt to get a goal. You never know, they still may get a power play chance. They're in their zone, and Melstead again forced to make another save from a quick shot from Manitoba's Leighton Sharon. Manitoba wins the face-off, but not able to keep it in the zone, so BC brings it back there at the blue line. Dump it in behind the net. A couple of BC players going in to chase it. That goes all around the board, so picked up by Manitoba's number 8, Matthew Mason Vandell. He still controls the puck, although had it taken off his stick by number 13 of BC, Brandon Toye, and he does a backhand in towards the goalie, who covers it for a save, and each team again will do a complete line change.
Whiskey Jacks, Pub and Grill, and Big Bear Donair, again proud sponsors of the National Aboriginal Hockey Championship men's bronze medal game, which we are broadcasting for your pleasure from Shone FM. Chuck Hendry and Roger Gallagher with you, and they are wishing you all, everybody, a great tournament and a happy Mum's Day.
Face-off is won by Manitoba in their own zone. They bring it out. Nice speed from Evan Herman there to get it all the way down into BC zone rather quickly. Oh, a trip there that no call on there, so play will continue. Back in behind the net of British Columbia. Again, Manitoba controlling sort of at their blue line. Quick little wrist shot coming in from their defenseman, number 17, Cole Mentuck. Cross ice now to British Columbia. They bring it in. They're mustered off the puck. The BC player falls as Manitoba comes back. He does a long sort of dip shot in from near the blue line that goalie had to go down on, forced to make the save. A little bit of hitting along the boards. Puck goes all the way to the end of the rink, and another icing call. So
one of those shots
certainly has slowed down here in the last few minutes, Chuck.
Yes, one of those shots, being a former goalie, Roger, that you have to watch. One of those hop, skip, and jump shots.
Yeah, it's like playing baseball on those shots. Yeah. You got to know where you're at when that comes in. So, not that any ever got by me, of course, but I mean, you know, it does get by some of the other goalies, right? And So puck is back out at center ice, controlled by Manitoba. They're looking at the clock at this point with a 5-2 lead with only 3:18 left. Not that they're not going to take the odd scoring chance, but nice pass all the way down, trying to get to BC's player. Manitoba goalie forced to come out of his net to make that save. Back in, Manitoba now controlling the puck. Seems to have slowed things down dramatically for the team, although they are coming in on this break. That's number 19, Connor Roulette, who's had a great game up to this point. Tried to feather that puck through to his teammate, just not able to do so. BC picks it up at their zone, although that would have been offside if Manitoba had gone in any further. So they've backtracked. Puck is rolling around at center ice, shot back into Manitoba's zone. Back in behind the net, clears it out. It comes out to center ice, controlled by number 19, Connor Roulette, who's had a good length of time out on the ice. He's going to go change there now. Stopped back in by BC's goalie. And here comes British Columbia with just over 2 minutes left in this contest. The puck is right along the bench of Manitoba. Almost went into the bench. Back down into BC's zone. They haven't seen much action in Manitoba's zone. Here comes Manitoba's number 25, Carl Inglis, controlling the puck. He fell. Now back in behind the net. Nathan Driver in there. He was muscled off the puck, and BC not able to get it out of their zone at the moment. Although they will get a break now, at least up to center ice. That's number 13, Brandon Toye, who is coming in. Had the puck stripped of him. Here comes back Manitoba. That's number 25. Didn't have much play there, anybody to pass it to, so just dumped it in off to the right of the BC goalie, and they'll go in and fight it out along the boards. British Columbia successful in coming up with that puck. Getting down to the minute mark here of the third period as it is shot into the zone of Manitoba. BC's number 6, Alex Chuck, is in as we have now fallen under the minute mark. Chuck, big scrum in front of the Manitoba goalie. Nobody's able to see the puck, so the referee calls the whistle, and that will bring a stoppage in play with 51.1 seconds left.
Today's men's bronze medal game brought to you by Whiskey Jack's Pub and Grill, a great place to meet and celebrate with friends any day of the week, and Big Bear Donair, the biggest, baddest bite in the north, Roger, and this game pretty much in hand for Manitoba.
They'll certainly come out with the victory, Chuck. There's no doubt of that, as the Manitoba goalie is getting a new stick at the moment. So they will certainly be the bronze winners in this contest, and soon after this we'll join the stands to watch the gold medal game that both teams obviously were hoping that they would be into, but Alberta, Saskatchewan will host that competition coming up later this evening here. Manitoba wins the face-off. The puck still sitting around the face-off zone. BC gets a nice shot and scores there, Chuck. So
little too late, unfortunately for them.
I believe it is, but does bring a little bit of life back. And as we said, BC's got a nice little cheering section above their bench, so always nice for the fans to have something to cheer about, and brings the team a little bit closer, and 2 goals separate them, but only 42.2 seconds on the clock. So I think Manitoba will go into a defensive shutdown mode and play it safe for the last few seconds.
So they're taking no, I thought they were taking a timeout, but it looks like nope, they're not pulling their goalie, Roger.
No, they had earlier taken a timeout, Chuck, so that's why the ref was over fairly quick to break up the talk between the coaches and the players there.
Number 6, Alex Ericha.
And some pushing and shoving going on there, Chuck. You can bet that number 7 of BC will be out of the contest, and that happens a few times when the score gets away from the players and the team with only that many seconds left. So,
well, frustrations erupting here.
Yeah, that's right, and I suspect the referee may have them ejected from the game, so nothing else can transpire in the next 33, 34 seconds.
So teams still at center ice, chirping, if you will, at each other.
We'll see what the officials will call here. I don't think it will result in a man advantage for either team. I think they'll call both players and have them ejected from the contest. Chuck, we'll await as the officials are over converging. Again, Connor Simons, Connor McCracken are the referees, the two linesmen, Matthew Hickles and Evan McKinnon, deciding what to hand out to both Manitoba and BC on this scrum. Captain of the Manitoba squad there to listen in to see what's going to transpire.
Again, Whiskey Jack's Pub and Grill and Big Bear Donair, proud sponsors of the National Aboriginal Hockey Championship Men's Brawn Medal Game, which you've been listening to with myself, Chuck Hendry, and Roger Gallagher, and Sean FM. And they would like to wish all the teams a great tournament, a great ride home, a safe one, and a happy Mother's Day.
So we'll have to listen in to in-house announcer Ryan Mannon on the calls on this, Chuck. Doesn't seem to be much argument from the captains of either Manitoba or BC. Doors are open, though, at least to the penalty box for Manitoba. So we'll have to see exactly what is being called.
Well, with 30 seconds left in the third period, it really doesn't mean a whole bunch.
No, I don't think it will either. A couple of players coming from their respective benches to serve penalties. I don't think it was the players that were involved in the scrum, Chuck, but they'll serve. Although it does show on the clock that there is a 2-minute advantage for Manitoba, but time will run out, I think, before much of that becomes a factor. Right now, BC trying to.
British Columbia's number 16, Colton Cousins, 2 minutes for holding.
That puck is shot high and wide.
Jaeger Lapointe, 4 minutes for head contact.
That puck all the way down the ice, Chuck, wide of the net. So, with the extra goaltender pulled, head contact was one of the calls that I heard there. A 4-minute penalty. So. But as you called it, Chuck, none of it will be a factor as this competition comes to an end. The men's bronze medal game of the National Aboriginal Hockey Championships goes to Manitoba as they defeat British Columbia by a score of 5-3.
All right, let's give our listeners an idea of what is yet to come here as we line up Connor Trombley, who is over on the Manitoba bench there. In a moment, what have we got next, Raj?
Two great games, Chuck. The games that all the teams wanted to be in and the one that the fans all want to watch. The gold medal game will be the next one in the ladies division between Saskatchewan and Manitoba, and following that contest will be the gold medal game between in the men's between Alberta and Saskatchewan. So Saskatchewan in both the gold medal games in ladies and men. So some great hockey coming out of the Wheat province.
Absolutely. So again, the final in this one, 5-2.
Yeah, that's right. And it's over, and congratulations to Manitoba for picking up the victory, and a good effort as well from BC, just fell a little short.
Absolutely. So both teams shaking hands at center ice right now with the linesmen and with each other. All right, Connor Tremblay, are you over there? We've got Connor Tremblay over at the Manitoba bench. How you doing there?
Absolutely. It's great to be here. I'm
Hayden Yaremko. I'm an assistant coach with Team Manitoba Male.
You guys really dominated in the third period. What stood out to get this win today?
I think the boys were really motivated, you know, with the situation with Alberta. Unfortunately for them, you know, we were really motivated to get back in that gold medal game where we feel we should be, and we're happy we're there.
Absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for the presentation.
Right now, we have the players lined up. What does it feel being in the Yukon for you guys today?
Oh, it's great. I've never been up here before. Really enjoyed our stay here. Everything went very well. The transportation was great. The host committee was fantastic. Our hotel was great. So definitely probably didn't have a reason to be up here until this, and yeah, really enjoyed our stay.
Can you just tell us the ups and downs that have occurred in the tournament? The emotional struggles, the obstacles that you guys have overcome to get to this bronze medal point to where you're standing now.
Yeah, I mean, this tournament, there's a lot of parity. All the teams are very good. We battled a lot of adversity. Our guys came together, and yeah, here we are today.
Well, congratulations, and enjoy the rest of your time in the Yukon.
Thank you.
Chuck, back to you.
Thank you, Connor. That was Connor Trombley with the assistant coach of the winning Manitoba team here as the presentations are going on. So again, the men's bronze medal game, Team Manitoba 5-3 over Team British Columbia. Roger?
Absolutely, Chuck, and good game there for the bronze medal game, and certainly look forward to the next contests coming up. It'll be about a half hour or so away by the time they have the ice surface cleaned. The team's ready to go after their practice, and a couple of good gold medal games, Chuck. It should be exciting and fast hockey.
Oh, it will be great. All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back at the Takini Arena.
Team Manitoba taking on Team Saskatchewan. That will go at 2:30.